Hello, my name is Elena Kingethi. I am the proud owner and CEO of EK Management and Associates. And I'm so excited. I'm excited right now because I want to share some things today with the freight world about electronic log devices. And I want to do just a Q&A, find out if anybody has any questions or anything like that having to do with the freight world that they are longing to know. And of course, also offer our training and our carrier setup services and things like that. Anyway, today is May 9th, 2018. And I know that I'm just now getting used to all of this live thing. And so I'm just going to hang out for a minute and see who comes in and things like that. If you guys have any questions or anything, just go ahead, type them up there. And, if it's something basic, I can answer. Otherwise, I'm probably going to refer you to send an email to our office or one of our training classes or consultation sessions or something like that. But I just wanted to really do a quick video and talk about ELD, the electronic log devices that are taking over the industry right now, and that we all need right now if you're in trucking, and how important it is. So I'm going to give it a minute and then I'm going to get started. Okay, so ELD stands for electronic, can I see you? Hi, can you see me? No, I can't see you. But ELD stands for electronic log devices, electronic log devices. And perhaps some of you guys, of course, if you've been in trucking before, you know about this. If you're on the trucking side, you're really know about this. But okay, Truck Driver Survival. I'm sharing your live feed to a Facebook talk group called Truck Driver Survival. Hey, Truck Driver Survival. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, I can see the text. Wake Up Pro Drivers asked me if I could see the text. I can see text. Yes, I thought you said, can I see you? I'm like, no, I can't see you. Am I supposed to? I don't really know about this technology stuff. Anyway, so I wanted to, like I said, share a little bit about ELD, electronic log devising. My YouTube channel is mainly for subscribers that are looking to get into the industry. They're new, they're thinking about trucking, or they're thinking about going another avenue in trucking. If you've looked at my channel, you pretty much know my story. I've been in trucking since 2008. Started off as a broker, not knowing anything about trucking or anything like that. I didn't even know what a pallet was. And over the course of time, I've developed, now I have EK Management and Associates. We're actually a management company. I'm proud to say we're the only company like ours that exists in the industry. And that's a pretty big, bold statement to make, but I can make that statement. One of the reasons why I can make that statement is because, I hear people all the time that ask what we do here, and I tell them, and they're like, "Oh, I never heard of that before." People that are in trucking, and I remember getting the vision a few years back, and just wanting to help people that are new get started in the industry, because there's so much money in this industry, and the pie is huge, and it doesn't matter what you do in life, it can fit somewhere in trucking, whether it's you're doing on accounting, whether you're a salesperson, some kind of way it can fit into the trucking industry. And the trucking industry at a time, like way back when I got started, it was hungry. Like it was hungry for technology people. It was hungry for a lot of things, for accounting, for systems. But, you know, it's of course getting a lot better now. Technology and trucking is way better than when I first started. Anyway, going into that technology, electronic log devices, ELD. So some of you may have heard of it. Some of you may not have heard of it. What the ELD is, basically, it is a device that goes in the truck and it monitors the hours of the driver being on and the driver being off. As a driver, a truck driver can drive 700 miles legally a day, 700 or 10 hours, depending upon whichever one comes first. Back, you know, before the ELD mandate, drivers used logbooks. And so you would use your logbook and track your time and things like that. Well, because of the safety issues, because of accidents, I always use this example in my training. Tracy Morgan, if you guys know the Tracy Morgan story. Tracy Morgan is a comedian, and he was driving and he got hit by a Walmart truck, and his best friend or someone in the truck died. Tracy Morgan got injured and this and that. But come to find out, the driver, he had been driving like all of these hours. I want to say almost 24. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. I don't want the internet people coming to me for giving wrong statistics or something like that. But he had been driving longer than he should have, which was against the law. And that's just kind of where the whole ELD thing comes into play, to make sure that drivers are driving the hours that they need to drive, driving the hours that they need to drive. And it's a way that the DOT can govern and make sure it's happening. Everyone has their own opinion about it. I run a trucking company, and so I run a fleet of trucks, and I have my opinion about it. But basically what it does, it's the government mandated, so there's no way to get around it. People tried to fight it, you know, before it came out and this and that, but honey, it's there and it's in full effect. I had a driver about a month ago get pulled over, and he had to wait 10 hours because the thing about these ELD systems, and maybe this is just a venting session for me, but the thing about these ELD systems is you have to buy the device, electronic log device. You put the electronic log device in the truck, and then the driver needs a tablet or a phone or something so that he can be able to log in, log out the device and things like that, you know. And one action is awesome because as an owner, I'm able to see everything on that truck and track that truck, GPS, and see when he's driving, see when he stopped, all of those type of things, you know. But on the other side of things, as a truck owner, now I have more expenses. I have to buy the device. I have to pay the monthly maintenance fee on the device. And I have to make sure that my driver has a good phone or a tablet with internet reception and things like that so that he can get. So we had this driver, and he's driving in Washington, and it didn't have, his reception wasn't good. So when the DOT pulled him over, he couldn't pull up his logs on the ELD device. So they put him out of service for 10 hours. So, you know, 10 hours out of service for a trucking company is really, really a big deal. Like some people might think it's not, but it's a big deal. Every time that truck's not moving, you're not making any money. You know, your truck should be making at least $1,500 a day, $1,000 to $1,500 a day. You know what I'm saying? Grossing. And if that truck's not moving, that means that that day I'm not making money, and now my whole week is messed up, you know. Let me take a break from rambling, and I got a couple of statements here. Wake Up Pro Drivers says, pro driver myself, ELDs should not have any effect on operations. Same rules, just holds operators more accountable. Not able to Mickey Mouse paperwork, still same rules. Okay. 70 hours per week, 11 hours driving within 14 hours when driver first goes on duty. Exactly. So Wake Up Drivers is saying that, you know, it shouldn't have any effect on the operation side of things. Same rules, just hold the operators more accountable. You're Wake up, pro drivers. I don't know. I can't necessarily agree with that statement. The thing about it is it definitely holds everybody more accountable. I'm going to say it holds everyone more accountable. It definitely holds everybody more accountable. From an operation standpoint, it makes operations, of course, become more accountable. But like I said, there are the things that come up in the midst of everything, and I think probably technology advances people maybe not thought about, all drivers aren't tech savvy. You know what I mean? I have guys right now, we're still trying to get them on board, trying to teach them. You press this button and you do this and you do that, for one. For two, there are some people that went above the hours and went above the miles, called on duty and things like that. And so some companies are starting to see a hit on the income thing, on the income and the money side. Now the drivers, they do have to take those breaks, they do have to sit out for a while. It definitely affects where the main effect, I'm going to tell you where the main effect comes in at is that when a driver has to go to a pickup or he has to go to a delivery and his time is being counted. He's not driving, but the time's being counted against him, and so maybe he's waiting there 4 hours, 5 hours, because sometimes you can't control what these warehouses do, and so it can be that it's a lot, but you're right. It definitely holds everybody more accountable, but there's also a learning curve that everyone has to take, and everyone's not on the same technology level of things. I will say this, when I was a broker and I worked more heavily on the operation side, not on the truck side of things. Yeah, put the ELDs in. We need it, this and that. But now that I'm in it, and I see it, I'm like, oh God. But not to say I don't approve them. I like them. I like them. I just think that some fine tuning needs to be done on them. But that's basically what the ELD is. And thank you, Wake Up Pro Driver. You love my videos. Thank you. And I love your comment. Because again, you're exactly right. The rules are the rules, and we have to play by rules. If sitting in the truck, tell them to go off duty. Okay, you said if they're sitting in the truck, tell them to go off duty. Yeah. They can do that. You're exactly right. So like I said, I could probably go on and on and on about the ELD, but the point was just to explain to new people, if you're looking to get a truck, you're going to need the ELD system. Some are better than others. I'm not going to rate who's good and who's bad on here because I don't want internet tomatoes thrown at me. But, you just make sure you do your research. And if you are going to buy a truck, purchase a truck. That's something that you're going to have to do. You're going to have the ELD installed in the truck. It's not a big deal, and your driver is going to have to go accordingly to what the ELD mandate and things like that. I wouldn't be surprised if, within the next year or so, some rules kind of get changed or whatever. But that is it. Are there any questions about, internet tomatoes? That's always like my fear of doing these videos. It's like, oh my God, they're going to throw the internet tomatoes at me. But are there any questions or anything that anyone has? If not, I'm going to go ahead and close this session out. Again, our email address is www.theekm.com. That's our website. www.theekm.com. I will say this. Right now, our website is... actually, it's not down. Like people say your website's down. It's not down. I just have a form on there if you're interested in any of the services or anything to send us over your email address. I'm very, very picky. And I just like haven't really liked the website designs that we've had so far. And so I kind of just took it offline until we can figure things out. Don't take, I'm so humble, but our business kind of stays busy without, it's not like it's hurting my business right now, but we're going to work on it and the website will be up and going again. It's just under construction right now. Let me see. Have the ELDs impact? ELDs definitely have impacted my business. Our business here, negatively and positive. I would say in both ways. Both ways it's impacted. Number one, it definitely, for us in the office, it puts more of an eye on what's going on in the field. I have a driver manager that handles my drivers, handles the trucks and things like that. And so now that I have the ELD systems, I'm keeping more track of everybody's time, and it's educating me more. I would say the whole entire company, we're just being educated more. It made us kind of step our game up some. I would definitely say that. As far as negativity, yeah, like I said before, drivers, the cell phone service, like we went through a whole, I would say, I don't know what you call it, just a whole horror story of ELD, with the tablets, getting tablets, and then the tablets weren't able to download the app. So I had to go back, get other tablets for the drivers to have. The drivers, it's a certain type of phone that you have to be able to download it. If they happen to get pulled over by the DOT and it wasn't taking it, then, like I said, I had like 2 drivers get put out of service. We didn't get any violations or anything like that. I've had drivers where because of the ELD, they had to stay in mandate. And so I don't want to tell too much of our little business that goes on here, but definitely I've had negative impacts and, like I said, positive impacts as well. I definitely think that something, these drivers are driving 18-wheelers. Your babies are on the highway. I don't have babies, but, my family, I'm on the highway and everything. And so something definitely needs to be in place to make sure that all the safety regulations are followed. So ELD is what the government came up with. So ELD is what we're going to use. But like I said, it's the whole technology advance and everyone, it's just a learning curve like anything else. I remember when they took the broker bond from 10,000 to 75,000 and the whole industry had a fit, but it ended up working out. So I think it's going to, work its way out. Could you touch on why the transition from brokering to more of trucking, easier, more profitable, et cetera, et cetera? Very good question. Very good question. So why I transitioned, I brokered for about 7 years, 8 years. My transition was mainly, I just wanted something different. As I was brokering, brokering has you have slow seasons, and one time a slow season had hit and a driver called me and was like, "Hey, Lena, why don't you dispatch my truck?" And I was like, okay, and I pretty much taught myself how to do it. I had listened to enough dispatchers to know. I figured out the legal realm of things, legally what I needed to do and how I needed to get it done. And, so I figured out, yeah, you're right. I figured out the legal things and how I needed to legally get things done. So anyway, I started dispatching for him. As I started dispatching for him, it's so funny. My ex-husband and I, we used to do the brokerage together. And I would tell my ex-husband, I would be like, oh my God, I know why people come to us and they want to use us like carriers, because some of these brokers are just, oh my goodness, no communication, rude, rate confirmations not being updated, just, like we were very sticklers, like very, very detail oriented sticklers on things, I always tell people I probably could have made even more money than I made, but I was always just staying on top of all of my business, making sure. So anyway, I got into the truck side, the dispatching, and I started liking it. And and then I started opening up trucking companies for carriers and helping carriers go directly to shippers. And I really enjoyed the truck side, and I really enjoyed helping guys get in the industry, get their MC number, get their authority, training them, teaching them how to get the truck. Like I fell in love with it. And out of that, I birthed this company, and I love it. So that's just kind of it. Nothing wrong with brokering. I would even say brokering is like, I'm a broker at heart. Like brokering is my foundation, but that was my journey. And that's why I moved to the truck side. Not to say that, like right now, I don't, run a brokerage right now. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Cause the vision is a little bit different than brokering right now, but that's kind of it. Okay, may I ask, would you mind sharing approximately how many trucks you feel you are directly responsible for at this time? Awesome question. How many trucks I am directly responsible for at this time? At this time, 10. At this time, I have 10 trucks that I'm directly responsible for. Honestly, I don't really want any more right now. I paused it at 10 just because in running the company, you have a company, you got to make sure everything is in place. You have to make sure there are no holes in anything. We're looking at moving, like right now, my office and is in a different location than the yard. And so I need a larger office with a larger yard. And so I kind of paused on bringing on any new trucks right now, or clients with trucks, because that's what we do basically. If you have a truck, you don't know how to manage your company, you don't know how to get your loads, you don't have time to do it, you don't know how to do your accounting, all of those type of things. You just know you want a truck and you want to see a check at the end of the month. That's typically what we call them our elite owners. That's what we do here. So right now, like I said, it's 10. And yeah, I'm probably going to hold steady for a minute just to make sure, get everything ironed out and good and all of that. Any other questions? I wish continued success and thank you. You are very welcome, Wake Up Pro drivers. You're very welcome. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your questions and your conversation and just your enthusiasm. And thank you for liking me. My grandma used to say, people don't have to like you. People don't have to be nice to you. People don't have to be friendly. Like, we have that choice and that option. So thank you very much. And thank you to Truck Driver Survival. I hope that this was able to help you guys with whatever it is that you're doing, wherever you're going in this industry. It's good money. It's good money, good livelihood. You just have to make sure you hook up with the right people. Make sure, again, whatever your spiritual journey is, make sure you tap into that before you hook up with anybody, and make sure, do whatever you need to do. I will say there are goods and there's bads in this industry. It's like any business that you have, you're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. You're going to take hits and you're going to take positives. Trucking is no different. Like, you're going to lose money sometimes, and then other times you're going to make money. The question is, when you lose money, do you run? No, you lose money and you say, hey, I lost it. I'm about to pick it back up, and that's the thing. So that is it. Anyway, love you guys. Email address if you're interested in any of our training classes or our new company setups, which are we set up brokerages, we set up trucking companies, we do freight broker training, and we do dispatching training and owner operator training. Our phone number here is 816-381-7983. You can email Ashley at Ashley, ASHLEY .Newson, NEWSON, at theekm.com, THEEKM.com. Ashley, ASHLEY .Newson, NEWSON, at theekm.com. Thank you guys. Be blessed and have a wonderful day. Bye.